and continuing the conversation of moderation. I ended off yesterday by explaining that moderation is a concept that is generally welcome, not just Islamically speaking when we talk about worship, but it is a concept that also is encouraged in every aspect of our life. For example, when we talk about diet, right? It is good to have a well-balanced diet. The word balance is synonymous to moderation. Not the same balanced as Fox News, okay? Not that fair and balanced, but balanced in its original term, right? For what it means. And this is something that you, especially in the day and age that we are living in, this is something that you have to be very objective about. And you have to want moderation. Because in the day and age that we are living in, all you can eat, right? Eat how much you want, whatever you want. They even have contests at certain food establishments where if you finish this whole thing, it's on the house. So binge eating is encouraged, right? Now you have binge watching, Netflix, watch all you want, right? Back in the day when it first started, it was, okay, you take out one DVD, and then when you return it, you gotta wait for 2-3 days to get the other one, and then slowly, they started opening their doors, and yes, unlimited. Now you can download it so you don't have to use your data while you're watching. So in this day and age of excess, a lot of everything, right? Unlimited this, unlimited that. To find a balance, to try to strike a balance, you can only do that if you want to do it, which brings me to the word iqtisad. Al-iqtisad comes from the root word qasd, qaf, sad, dal, qasd, which means to intend something. So you have to really be deliberate about wanting to strike a balance. It's not just going to happen haphazardly, or it's not going to happen naturally. Now, talking about ibadah, for example, there's two extremes. There's one extreme where a person finds themselves, pushing themselves beyond what is a reasonable limit or a capacity, which was fine in the month of Ramadan, okay? Again, moderation does not mean to just throw everything in the back seat, which is the other extreme. All right, that's it, khalas. I used to pray 6 times a day at the masjid, right? If you consider, there's tahajjud or there's shuruq. So it's 5 prayers. Some people have 6 prayers a day, or 7 prayers, tahajjud, fajr, and shuruq. So 7 prayers a day at the masjid to 0 altogether. So these are 2 different. So you actually have to think about it, qasd, and deliberate and think about it and come up with a plan and gauge yourself. What is the capacity? The first hadith that inshallah we're going to get into, the Prophet ﷺ highlights this. Alaykum bima tutiqun. Take upon yourself only what you are capable of doing. So taqa, a person's threshold, a person's capacity has a lot to do with that, but you have to actively figure it out. No one can come up to you and tell you, Omar, you know what, this is all you can do. No. You need to tell yourself how much is excessive for me and how much is very light for me, and it's always about pushing yourself to the next level. For example, for those of us who lift weights, you don't want to be stuck at 20 pounds or 30 pounds or 40 pounds, right, Jad? You slowly, at the same time, you don't want to go nuts one morning and push, 250 pounds bench press and keep on doing that and then have everything fall on you. And that happens in ibadah, where you take so much upon yourself and you're like, and then you end up choking yourself. So it's about steadily moving forward in your ibadah, moving forward, getting better at your game. It's not about staying stagnant. It's about raising the bar and increasing your threshold and elevating that line and that standard of moderation for one's self. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the understanding and the reality of what moderation is, inshallah, as we start plowing through the ahadith in the days to come. Jazakumullahu khair.